All right, Shalom, Akim. Before we get started, I always want to give praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostle elders at Great Millstone. Also, peace, safety, and much love to the elect. And shalom to the few sisters who do listen to the Great Millstone and the apostles and elders. We just want to send out a shalom. It's the brothers here from the GMS Atlanta camp here with another sit down. It's going to be entitled History Topic, Revelation 20, the Byzantine Empire and the Renaissance period. We're just going to go into a little history to show how things led up to the times that we're living in, and just to show you how everything transpired, because that's another part of history. We are the real historians. That's right. We're the real historians. Esau don't go into this, man. They don't give you a real chronological time period, man. It's all fabricated. They throw in disinformation, good information and disinformation, so you don't have a real clear understanding of how everything really evolved into what it is today. Right. So through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai, we want to go into the scriptures and show that all this stuff is documented. This is the real history book. Okay, so we're gonna start at Revelation chapter 20, verse 1.
It's Revelation 20 and 1. Mm-hmm. And I saw an angel come down from heaven, mm-hmm, having the key of the bottomless pit.
That's right. It said having the key to the bottomless pit. The bottomless pit is Europe. Okay? And that pit represents a land. If you could get 2 Ezra 5 and 24. Because that pit, it represents land. Okay? And we'll show you in the scriptures.
All right. 2 Ezra 5 and 24. And of all lands of the whole world, mm-hmm, thou hast chosen thee one pit.
That's right. See, out of all the lands of the world, there's one pit, which is showing you that the word pit is synonymous with a land. The land speaking about in Revelation, that bottomless pit, is talking about Europe. Okay. Go ahead.
And of all the flowers, there are one lily.
All right, so that's pretty much the point. So we're going to go back to Revelation 20. Go ahead.
Revelation 20 and 1. It says, and I saw the angels come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit, mm-hmm, and a great chain in his hand.
Right, and that chain is symbolic of captivity. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 2. And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent.
That's right. When you read about that dragon, that serpent, all right, that's talking about Esau, man. All right, that fucking dragon, that devil, man. Okay.
I was gonna say, because it's a time period which we're going into the history when Esau basically was pushed out, from the other nations, going into Severus, Septimius, and different Israelites that started raising themselves up in the Roman Empire, because we was in captivity during the pagan Roman Empire, but through history and gradually bringing forth, the Holy Roman Empire got started through Jake, basically elevated through the military, through political means, and getting up to a position to the point that they could oppose the forces, which were Edomites, mm-hmm, and we cast them out and we put them in slavery. And just like we was going into earlier, it's a lot of artwork where during like the Moorish Empire, various other Israelite empires where we was in the western parts of Africa, where we ruled and we had the so-called white man in slavery. That's right. And the bulk of them was either in slavery or they was cast out into the Caucasus Mountains, where they had to dwell amongst themselves, man.
They were cast out, from amongst the people.
That's right. And that's historically and biblically accurate, man.
That's right.
Yeah. The Bible speaks on Esau being in the time frame where they had to be driven out, the Caucasian race. And history shows you that simultaneously or dually, that the so-called white man had to be taken out from the land that he was joining in, that he took over, which was Europe. So the Europeans, the original Europeans, were the Japhites.
That's right.
Yeah. Just like the brothers was going we were going into earlier, the Etruscans and the other nations, those were Japhites, but Esau came in that land and overcame them.
Yep, and they just basically took hold of their identity, and they the Greek gods that they worship. Esau just took it for himself and just basically polluted. They pollute everything.
That's right.
That's all they do.
Still.
And they drive the original inhabitants out of the land, man. Let's go back to Revelation 20.
Revelation 20, verse 2, it says, and he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil.
Right, which that word devil goes to the Latin word diablos, which means deceiver. Okay, and who was the deceiver of the earth? The so-called white race, which is biblically known as Edom. They have deceived the whole earth. Okay, go ahead, bro.
And Satan, and bound him 1,000 years.
Bound him 1,000 years. Now this is going into the period. Matter of fact, Job, I get Job 30 and 5. Okay, well, it's going into the period where, you know, Esau was pushed out from among men into the Caucasus mountain regions. Okay, you know, like the brother said, some Edomites, you know, they were put in the captivity. Some Edomites was pushed off into the mountainous areas. I mean, y'all get the fuck away from us, man. You know, y'all on that bullshit.
This is Job 30 and 5. They were driven forth from among men.
That's right. So they were driven forth from among men. And when you read the scriptures, you know, the scripture Job is going into basically Esau. You know, and he's the antiquity of the so-called white race, which is the nation of Esau or Edom. Okay? Y'all were driven forth from among men. Why? Because you were fucking vile. You were a vile demon.
That's right.
Okay? And we got, you know, Jake got tired, like, man, fuck this dude, man. This dude out here tripping. You know? He out here, you know, fucking polluting the temple. You know what I'm saying? Killing off our people.
Destroying the world.
Destroying the world, you know, trying to, you know, distort the truth and everything, man. You know, go ahead.
They cried after them as after a thief, to dwell in the cliffs of the valleys and the caves of the earth.
Right. See
and
that?
the rocks.
That dwell in the cliffs of the valleys and the caves of the earth. So that's backing up Revelation 20, where it said they, you know, they were chained for 1,000 years.
Yep.
That meaning they were pushed up into those mountains, man. And this is historically proven that this happened. This is a historical fact. That just go to show you that these niggas out here don't know something.
That's right.
You wanted to show something?
Yeah, it just I typed in the word of cave dweller, and that's the image that popped up. It's a lot of pictures of Esau. You know, it ain't got no so-called Negro, you know, being in the caves, man, dwelling amongst them. It's just straight Edomites, man. Not the Arabs, the Asians, or anything like that. Edomites, man. That's the prophecy going to Esau.
Nothing else.
That's right. That's right. And Esau knows that, just like, you know, like the Geico commercials and the cavemen and stuff like that. You ain't seen when have you seen a black caveman?
Niggas don't even like mountains.
Right. Niggas scared of that. That's Esau doing. He's known for climbing mountains without a harness. You know, doing certain things where they climbing up skyscrapers. Esau go through to the top of the heavens basically and jump out with a parachute. That's not Jake's spirit.
No.
Well, even if you look at some of these homeless Edomites, all right, they got their beard grown out. They saw, you know, they look all they look like cavemen.
Like
if you look at a you know, homeless, you know, bum ass Edomite, you know, they look like cavemen. So, you know, but going, oh yeah.
All right, verse 3, it says, and cast him into the bottomless pit, and shut him up, and set a seal upon him, that he should deceive the nations no more.
Right, because Esau, he had already started deceiving the nations. He had Israel out here, you know, teaching false doctrines, out here eating pork, all kind of, you know, abominable foods. Okay, Esau had already deceived the earth back during when he came into the rulership during the Greek Empire and up in the Roman Empire.
Right. Changing the land's names.
Yep, changing the names of the lands. You know, everything about what he was doing. Yeah.
Distorting information. A lot of these museums that you know of today, they really started with Esau confiscating historical artifacts, historical artwork. You know,
money.
Yeah. Just showing you, and they basically present a new life onto you that's really not even real. That's them deceiving the nation. They deceive the whole world through their ideology, through the scripture talk about the wine, their philosophy and their way of thinking.
Okay. Go ahead.
All right. And it says, and set a seal upon him that he should deceive the nation no more till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled. And after that, he must be loosed a little season.
Right. So that's when you go into the Renaissance period. Okay. I should have something pulled up here on the screen. Y'all brothers, bear with me for just a second. We're gonna go into the Renaissance period, man.
I got the etymology on Renaissance too.
All right, come. Let me just pull it up real quick here. So like it. Okay. All right, the Renaissance period, and I'm just just make it quick, man. The Renaissance period, okay, which the word Renaissance, it means rebirth, and the brother, he has it here in the etymology, okay. And it says the Renaissance was a period in European history from the 14th to the 17th century, regarded as the cultural bridge between the Middle Ages and modern history. So the Renaissance period is basically when Esau was let loose out of his captivity. Which the word, like I say, the word Renaissance means rebirth. Rebirth for what? Esau, the so-called white race. That's when they came back into power in the late 1300s, early 1400s, starting with the Borgia dynasty. Okay, that Borgia family. Okay, that family line. Right. And when they came out, what was a big part of their deception or deceit was iconoclasm. Okay, it was iconoclasm. That's where they destroyed or defaced the images. Okay, so this all of this stuff is documented in the scriptures. If somebody want to get that, yeah, get in the Maccabees real quick.
All right. First Maccabees 3:48, and laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images.
That's right, and that's what you see here. You see this. You see this. Now, if you look and type in, I'm gonna type it in. You know, now this is Renaissance art, because Renaissance is really they make it seem like it was a period of art. Okay, when really that word means rebirth. Okay, rebirth of what? Satan, the deceiver. And part of his deception was art. That was a part of his deception. It was art. They had a lot of artists, a lot of painters. They came out and they painted the original saints, the original kings and queens of those lands of Europe. They painted them to be white. But if you type in this, Eastern Salakia, iconic saints of the Eastern Orthodox Church. Now, if you type in some of these images, there's an actual book. You type in these images, you're going to see Israelites. Okay? You're going to see this. It's an Israelite. It's Moses. Okay? These are all the original iconic paintings. Okay, like I say, you know, you could just look that up. Iconic saints of the Eastern Orthodox Church. Now, and these are all 10th, you know, 10th, 9th, 10th century pictures, 11th, 12th century pictures, man. Then when Esau come in, you know, late 13th, early 14th century, you ain't gonna see no more of these paintings. Why? Because Esau start painting, Renaissance art. Now you're gonna see the difference. See, now you look at Renaissance art. What is it? It's all Edomites. See that? You don't see no Israelites. Why? Because this is the birth. They just basically mimicking the images that we had. Or they would go and they would take the coloring out. Esau is a devil.
Read that again.
Esau is a devil. Read it again, bro. Yeah.
All right. First Maccabees 3:48, and laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images.
That's right. And that's what you brothers see here. You know, and we just showed the distinguish of the original paintings and the Renaissance paintings. These are all Renaissance paintings here. All Edomites. And if you look prior to the 14th century paintings of the different saints and icons and things of that nature, you had statues. They were all Israelites, all so-called Negroes. You know,
and Esau basically came back and he had to recreate his history because he was basically a nobody in history. Like it says, he was driven from among men as a thief. You know, that's why top Renaissance art is what is that, 16 Chapel, you know, certain things with Mary, the Last Supper. All those are Renaissance art where Esau was basically putting it where the Yahweh Shai, the disciples, men of the scriptures, were so-called white people.
That's right.
The top musicians, the top actors in that time frame, they made everybody white. And even today, they'll show you that too, because like the brother was going into earlier, we're still living in the Renaissance, man. Where when you watch a movie on the ancient world of the Egyptians, they're all white.
Yeah.
It's a historical fact that Egyptians sprang out of the Hamitic race, and they're dark-skinned people. They're not us, we're not the same race, but they're also dark-skinned people.
Right.
You know?
And then you see all these movies and you know, different, you know, you got different groups of people, all right, that they whitewash. So you mean to tell me all these groups of people that y'all portray was Edomites?
Right.
All these days.
Esau is everybody.
Y'all the Egyptians.
Y'all the Egyptians, y'all the
Israelites.
Jews,
Yeah.
y'all the Europeans, y'all the Japhites. Y'all everybody. They the Native Americans. You motherfuckers y'all some liars.
I got somebody want to bring out the definition of whitewashing. It says to whitewash is a metaphor meaning to gloss over or cover up vices, crimes, or scandals. That word crime goes back to the word crimson, meaning red. You know, or scandals, or to exonerate by means of a perfunctory investigation or through biased presentation of data. It is especially used in the context of corporations, governments, or other organizations. So, you know, that's just the same thing. Because Esau, when he came into power, he whitewashed the whole world. You know, first through his different artworks, him coming to rulership, changing the names. And that's all a reflection of what? White supremacy.
That's right.
Because Esau tries to make himself as the white man, but truly he's the devil. Like it tells you in Revelation when we just went into the devil, Satan. You know? You can read that over.
Revelation 20:2. And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan.
Yep, the devil and Satan, the adversary, you know, and he was the deceiving force. When he came in rulership, he deceived everybody, man. Nowadays, nobody knows who they are. The Arabs don't know they go back to the Ishmaelites. Some of them do, but for the most part, they don't know they're the Ishmaelites. You know, of course, we don't know we're the Israelites. The so-called white man, he's not going to tell you that he's the Edomites, because at the end of the day, they know that judgment is going to come upon them if basically everybody knows who they are. And you have to go to the biblical context through these revelations, Daniel, different prophecies to show that this individual is the enemy and he has to be destroyed, man. So he rewired history to his liking, to the point that we're the enemies.
That's right, because I was going to say, if they will own up to the fact that they were the Edomites, they would have a stained history. You know, they would have a stained history. Their history would have all kind of holes and stains in it, man. And everybody be like, yeah, this guy here, man, you know, you got to push him back into the mountains, man. You know, but because, you know, Esau has trained the minds of the people to think that he's just some innocent, you know, innocent nation who wants the best for the world. You know, this motherfucker that went out, he going out here, he just telling lies, killing people, taking people land, taking people heritage, you know, and leaving them in fucking dire straits.
And just like the brother brought out, that definition of whitewash, it said to cover up crimes, right? So you know, that's basically what he's doing. He's trying to cover up all that, you know, wickedness.
This man that killed Yahweh Shai, the prophets, you know, put the Lord people in slavery, took their land, took their heritage. They kept trying to cover up their crimes. Because what they did, they offended us, man. I'm offended, man.
That's right.
You know, I'm offended by this fucking devil. You know, go back to Revelation where you was at.
This is Revelation 3, and I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, "Behold, the tabernacles of the Most High is of men is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and God himself shall be with them.
Yeah,
20. That's 21 and 3. 23.
Oh, so like. 23. Revelation 23. And cast him into the bottomless pit, and shut him up, and set a seal upon him, and he should deceive the nations no more till the 1,000 years be fulfilled.
That's right. That 1,000 years, like I said, is going into the Byzantine Empire. That's when Jake ruled. Okay, that's when Rome was taken down, starting with Septimius Severus. You had the Visigoths sect. You had the Ostrogoths. You had a lot of other different groups and sects of people. There's another one started with an S, I can't remember, but they all came in on Rome. The barbarians. Yeah, the barbarians. They came and they ransacked Rome. And that was the fall of Rome. And it started the Holy Roman Empire. And then after that, that's when Esau was put in the chains. He was exiled. Okay, go ahead.
And it says, and after that, he must be loosed a little season.
Right, and that's the Renaissance right there in the scripture. That's what we was just going into. He shall be loosed a little season. So we still living in that little season where Satan was loosed. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 4. And I saw thorns, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of men of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahweh Shai.
That's right. Because that's going into a future prophecy where you're going to have certain brothers that, and back in the day, you had certain of the prophets and disciples that were beheaded by Esau. All right, and up until in the future.
So Esau was persecuting the ones that called themselves Christians. Basically, if you subscribe to this knowledge, Esau will kill you and put you to death, man. Same thing on it today. That's why even us, we're gonna have to fit the same shoes, so to speak, as the prophets of old. They have certain jurisdiction, the persecution of the Christians, where certain guys such as Nero Caesar burned down a portion of Jerusalem to blame it on the Jews just to persecute us. Esau's going to do that again. This is what John is saying. John said the beast be established, the EU, NATO, the so-called white man coming back into power.
You got the international banking families.
Yeah, the international
banking. You got the Pope.
Yep.
Esau has a stronghold on the money, on the military, and on philosophy. Esau did. Get that Malachi 1:4 real quick.
Malachi 1:4. Whereas Edom said, "We are impoverished."
That's what they were saying up in the mountains, man. They got pushed up in the mountains, man. Esau like, man, we impoverished, man. Go ahead.
But we will return and build the desolate places.
They like, man, we gonna come up with a plan. Man. We're gonna go back down, man. We're gonna set up our thing. Okay, go ahead.
Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down.
Now, what did they build? They built this whole beast system. Okay, it was really spraying up out of Europe. Okay, and made its way over to America, which America is nothing but a part of this beast system. Okay, you got the Federal Reserve, international banking families. You got the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the DuPonts, the Warburgs, the Oppenheimers, the Vanderbilts, the Gettys. More.
Well,
yeah, you got a lot of. You got about 13 families, man. The international banking families. Okay, they're the ones that returned and built the impoverished places, man. All right, which is what you see today, which is nothing but Rome.
Yeah, that's right.
They just came back out the mountains and rebuilt Rome, and called it NATO. Practice, because it ain't just America. It's the system.
Yeah.
It's the whole system that they got with the Federal Reserve banking. Where you have
the religious system.
Yeah, through the religious system and through
all other forms of control.
That's right. And you got the money, the military, and the religion.
So that Federal Reserve, that currency, they got the devil on the front of it. That controls the whole world. Like the brother just said, the banking industry, the military. All those are different things. And when the beast came back into power and he reigned for that little season, Esau was reigning, man.
Yeah, because everything came out of the beast system.
Yeah.
What came out of Catholicism? Every other religion that you see under the sun it was birthed at Catholicism. Islam, Mormonism, Christianity.
Yep.
All of it all of it, man. It all sprang out of what? Catholicism. Okay? Which has a stronghold on all the people. Basically everybody out here is a goddamn Catholic.
Yeah.
You know, then you got what? The monetary system owned by the international banking family, the Rothschilds. Okay? They own the banking systems where they have confiscated all the natural resources, and in exchange they've given the citizens certificates or debt notes, and made people think that there's value in those notes. And they created basically a method of trade where you can trade notes for notes instead of getting notes for natural resources. Man. So what you know, if you had, what they would do if you had, let's say you had $500 or $1,000 worth of gold, you know, you would be able to, you know, if you didn't want to carry all that gold around because of fear of robbers, you know, you would take that gold to a bank, all right, and in exchange for, if you want them to hold your bank, they would give you a certificate of the amount of money in which you've entered into the bank. So they would, if you, let's say you had $1,000 worth of gold and you gave it to them, in exchange they would give you $1,000 certificate or a debt note, okay, or note. And what you would do is you would go back to the bank and you would say, hey, here's that $1,000 note you gave me. Can I get $500 worth of my gold? And they would give you $500 worth of gold and probably a $500 certificate. You know, that's how it worked. But eventually, what ended up happening, it was like, hey, you don't have to keep coming back here getting your gold. Just trade your notes with everybody. And they just kept everybody goddamn free source. They did it with the fish. They did it with all the cotton, the tobacco. They confiscated all the natural resources and they printed out monopoly money for the people.
That's why
it's a system.
You need a license to eat fish. You need a license to fish, a license to hunt, a license to build a house. Yeah. And because Esau is not going to give you no liberty. That's that. Just like we said, going into the beast, man. And when you look up that word beast, it goes into a vicious, vile monster, man. A beast is somebody without no order. Something without no order, no structure. It's just wild, and it does without it what it wants to, just liberal. It has no type of restrictions, no type of self-discipline. It's not tamed. That's Esau, man. Right. He's an untamed beast. When these different countries was in establishment, they had a system that still kind of was reflective of the scriptures. Esau breaks everything down wrong according to the scriptures. His lifestyle and his method of thinking is totally contrary, man. Transgenders, you know, homosexuals, you know, all this stuff is something that Esau basically came up with that basically destroyed the world. You know, just like they said, the monetary system. Different nations knew how to exchange goods for goods. Barter. He'll give you barter system. Yeah, barter system. Yeah, he'll give you nothing for something.
That's right. And what he did was strategic too, because you know, he had it to where for a certain amount of time you could go back and actually get whatever it was, you know, the gold. He had it for a certain amount of time where it actually was backed by something, and you could actually go get it. It was tangible. It was tangible. And then, but see, what happened was over a certain amount of time, people got used to using them notes.
Yeah. They printed so many of them.
They printed so many.
They took a lot of notes out of circulation, and that's where you get the Federal Reserve notes. Because you had the state of Georgia notes, a certificate. You had notes for South Carolina, Nevada, Tennessee, Kentucky. They had their own economic system set up within states. And what the Federal Reserve did was they came in, the Federal Reserve, and they basically bought America, and all these other states were in debt to the international bankers. So what they would do is they would say, we're not going to use the currency of South Carolina. We're going to take that out of circulation, and we're going to discontinue it. Yeah, and we're going to print out Federal Reserve notes, and y'all going to have to use these. And they did it to the world. Okay, that's why you see certain countries out here that's refraining from their dollar. They like, no, we're going to have our own currency, man. We don't want to deal with y'all currency. We're going to have our own currency, bro. And Esau just want total control. So what they're doing is they're going around, they're setting up. These guys are fucking demons, man. Yeah. And niggas out here talking about the way all white people ain't wicked. You don't know him.
Yeah.
You don't know what this man out here doing. You don't. Y'all niggas don't do no studies, man.
That's right.
That's right. See how they're trying to talk shit about brothers that giving due diligence and studying their enemy and seeing that this guy's a fucking demon.
He's a devil, man.
You know. But let's get back into the scriptures, man. Go back to that Malachi 1. Go back to Revelation. Then whatever you had to bring up.
Malachi 1:4. Whereas Edom said, "We are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places."
Mm-hmm.
Thus saith the Lord of hosts, "They shall build, but I will throw down."
That's the point. The Lord said they shall build, but I will throw down. This whole thing that you see set up out here, which is Babylon, is peace system, NATO, okay, the European Union, okay, this place is going to be thrown down, man. Go ahead.
You know, that word "throw down," that's slang right there. The Lord getting ready to throw down on this place, man.
That's right.
And they shall call them, they shall call them the border of wickedness.
Right. Now this scripture here is talking about Edom. That's why they had to detach that name from that nation. They're like, nah, we can't go around calling ourselves Edom. But the scriptures clearly tell you that that's the border of wickedness. Mm. And then when you read in First Maccabees, the first chapter, you'll see that Philip, which was the father of Alexander,
Mm-hmm.
Philip, he was a Macedonian, and you can link the Macedonians back to the nation of Edom.
That's right.
So they had to get that off of them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because the scriptures deal with historical genealogy too. So Esau being the devil, he tried to rewrite history and take the genealogy of everything, man, and rewrite genealogy to put us to the Hamites, you know, put the Latin tribes, put them under the Mongolians and different things.
Put colors over.
Yeah, put colors over people.
Nations with colors.
Yeah, just rearranging the lifestyle, man. Putting this people in this land, and this people in this land, instead of putting everybody back in their true nationality.
That's right.
Because Esau knows judgment is coming for him. He's the devil. He's the serpent.
That's right.
Yeah. Says, and the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever.
Yeah, because the Most High, Yahweh Shem Shai, is hot at Esau. The prophecy got to be fulfilled. His word got to go out first. His elect got to get sealed, man. All right, things got to happen in order, you know. And then when everything, the Most High is about order. He don't move rash, man. He let things unfold, you know, to justify his doings, because he's a righteous power. Then he gonna lay the hammer on Esau. He said the people in whom the Lord have indignation forever. So even after the Lord destroyed America and its whole establishment, it ain't just like, all right, y'all got, you know, y'all good. Man, we still gonna fuck y'all fucking devils up in the kingdom of heaven, man. That's when you really gonna get it. That's when you goddamn devils gonna get it, man. You know, yeah, you gonna get some of you devils gonna get hit by these missiles and get caught out there in certain shit. But what's gonna really fuck you devils up is when we put y'all asses in slavery, beat the shit out you.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, and that's why we giving this historical lesson, so brothers can know exactly how everything transpired leading up into where we at now.
You gotta understand your enemy.
Mm-hmm. We go back to Revelation 20.
Revelation 20, verse 4. And I saw thorns, and they sat upon them, and judgment, thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. Mm-hmm. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua, right, and for the word of Yahushua, and which had not worshipped the beast, mm-hmm. neither his image.
That's right. So coming up, man, certain brothers gonna be like, man, fuck this establishment, man. Even if it means my life, man.
That's
right.
right.
I know this shit's some bullshit. I ain't gonna fuck around and get into this fucking system, man. You might as well kill me.
That's right.
Fuck this goddamn place, man. This shit ain't did nothing good for us. So why the fuck would I goddamn give into this whole system? I'd rather die like a man.
That's right.
And that's how us elect men gonna be. Yep. We're gonna deny this system. You know, we're not gonna fall into, you know, the chip and the whole system of America. We're gonna buck up against it. You know, and depend on Yahushua.
That's right.
And it says, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads.
Which is what? An embargo?
John.
Goddamn
See
nigga,
that?
man.
See that?
Yeah, so that's talking about the chip.
It's a chip, man.
Kind of simple. Revelation 20 is talking about Revelation 20, was that 4?
Yes.
That's talking about the chip.
Right.
The mark of the beast.
That's right. Not the goddamn embargo you didn't receive his trade block.
John.
What the fuck are they talking about?
It don't make no damn sense, man.
Go ahead.
Neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands, plural hands.
Yeah.
And they lived and reigned with Yahushua 1,000 years.
Yeah, that's through after the tribulation, basically. The time of Jacob's trouble when we're going to be tested on extreme levels.
Yeah.
The Most High going to raise his men up, and we're going to be able to dwell with the Lord in righteousness.
Yeah, hey, somebody get that in Thessalonians. But that's that dwelling with the Lord.
Right.
First Thessalonians 4 and 16. You got it? First Thessalonians 4 and 16.
Yes, First Thessalonians 4 and 16. For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trumpet, and with the trump of the Most High, and the dead in Yahushua shall rise first.
That's the dead in Yahushua is talking about right there in Revelation 20. Those that were beheaded, certain men who lost their life in this truth, they're gonna be the first ones in the chariot. That's the first That's gonna be the first resurrection.
Because we didn't bow down to wickedness, man. We
Right.
stood up for righteousness.
Right.
At the end of the day, even if we lose our life, the Lord's going to give our life back. Because he's the controller of the
Right
spirit.
back too.
Yeah.
Right back.
That's right.
Go ahead, bro.
All right. And it's it, verse 5. But the rest of the dead lived not again until the 1,000 years were finished.
Now, who are the rest of the dead? That's the other nations. That's the other heathenistic nations.
Right.
Okay.
That's right.
They meaning after they serve their captivity, then what's gonna happen? They're gonna be allowed to live again.
Yeah.
You know, because Esau got them. They drunk off Esau's wine. They need us.
Yeah.
The other nations, they need us.
They oppressive. They going through oppression too. Hell, these different Arabs, they're one with the so-called white man now, man. You got a lot of stuff that goes on the internet that's just basically uncensored, so to speak, where it just goes into Arabs warring with the so-called white man, Arabs getting their heads blown off, Arabs getting bones blown up, their bodies shattered in pieces, their women raped. Esau doing all that to them Arabs, man. Taking their resources, their assets, and rearranging their lifestyle, man. So they need it. They need us. They need us to receive life, man. Because when we're in the power, everything is going to be in this whole, and basically whole, man.
Yeah, the scripture say when the wicked is in power, the people mourn, but if the righteous is in rulership, people rejoice.
Right.
Right. Other nations, y'all better off. Y'all better. Yeah, I don't know why y'all be hating on. Well, I know why you be hating on niggas. Nigga, a nigga ain't shit, man. Y'all, a nigga's really worse than you other nations.
Yeah.
But but in all actuality, y'all really need us, man. Y'all really shouldn't be hating us, man. Because what we doing, man, we gonna bring hope back to you Gentiles, man. But we gonna fuck y'all up too. Man.
That's right. Y'all gotta get your ass whoopings too.
Yeah, but then after that, because we're peaceful people, we're merciful people, man. Esau just really we have to destroy him.
Right.
There's no way around it, but we gonna whoop you other nations in the shape. You can't whoop Esau in the shape. He's too goddamn
too stubborn.
Yeah, he out there.
That's how he gained the world.
But the other nations gonna get whooped in the shape. Go ahead, Rob.
All right, come. This is Revelation 20 and verse 6. Blessed and holy is he that had part in the first resurrection. On such the second death had no power, but they shall be priests of the Most High and of Yahushua, and shall reign with him 1,000 years.
And that's overcoming this system, man. Overcoming all these different demons and everything that's coming against you. Because this system, what's going to happen is it's going to close upon the whole world and it's going to blossom again. Because this system has too much liberty, just like, and Esau makes it like that. Order out of chaos. And order out of chaos, which means order out of chaos. They created all this chaotic stuff so that they can basically shrink this system and they can build it up again.
Right.
But the men that's going to remain in the spirit, we're not going to subscribe onto the ideology and the lifestyle of this place, man. Because we just went through a historical account in the spirit to show that this place isn't worth anything, man. And the so-called white man, he still had that little season. He still has basically the scepter in his hand. But guess what? Yahweh Shah is going to snatch it out of his hand, man.
Okay.
And us being in the world, we have to, in the world of this time now, we have to basically come against this devil and show him his wrongdoings and condemn him and these other nations while we on earth, man. Because the so-called white man, and like we just said before, the other nations is going to get judged very soon, man. All this stuff that the so-called white man, he has a lot of stuff to pay for, man. All that deception, that lying, that thievery, destroying these different nations, destroying us, poisoning us, destroying the animals, destroying the world and itself. He has to pay for that.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. You got to pay. You ain't getting away scot-free.
That's right.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
All right, verse 7. And when the 1,000 years were expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison.
That's right. See, right there, man, it jumped back, man. It jumped back in time. Like Apostle Gabar said in the breakdown, it was written like that to throw a lot of you people off.
It's puzzles, man. Because Revelations is the revealing, pulling back the veil. And John, he received different things in different times to build up to what he's building up to now. Same thing with Daniel. Same thing with Ezra. Prophecies aren't always chronological. They jump through different times to understand what's going on. You know? And read that part.
Verse 7. And when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison.
Right. And going back to what we just talking about, separate Septimius, you know, after us as a nation, when we was established, when we were doing our thing, which we was still going off, there was some wicked niggas, man. Sun worshiping, you know, putting Virgin Mary in the scriptures. That came from those wicked jakes, man. The ones with Empire, establishing all that Masonic witchcraft. That's how the so-called white man basically took us down, because we were sinning, man.
Yeah, and they put it in the money system too. Yeah. That's why you see Jake out here, they just chasing money like a fucking chicken with their head cut off. Because why? Because Esau has symbolism, and that dollar puts a spell on people. It hypnotizes these niggas, man. A talisman. It's a talisman, man. Which basically that note has all kind of witchcraft on it and put Jake in a goddamn spell, have Jake out here wilding out. Oh, a piece of goddamn paper.
Yep.
Oh, a piece of paper. You know? That they shred up millions of dollars every goddamn day at the Federal Reserve. And put it in plastic bags, man. You know? This is all a part of that beast system. But when they speak about that prison, man, this is a part of that prison. This here is the Caucasoid Mountains, man. You know, this is the Caucasoid Mountain region in Russia. You know, right here. That's where you get the word Caucasian from. The Caucasus Mountains. Okay? So. Yeah. It's like, that's where you get the Caucasus Mountains, right there. Okay? And that's you know, like we say, man, that's how you know it's only certain men, you know, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah that can go into this. Okay? It's only certain men that can go into this, man. You know? So we can finish up with the last scripture. You have something after that?
Or no.
Okay, go ahead.
Verse 7 again. It says, and when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle, the number of whom is the sand of the sea.
That's right. So that basically everything is leading up to this war with Gog and Magog. And that land region, which is Gog and Magog, today is Russia. And you see it all throughout the news, don't you? Right?
That's right.
Yeah, you see it all throughout the news, man. With Russia,
that's the two superpowers.
Yeah, they get it's two. Esau gonna basically destroy each other. then we gonna, you know, the elect gonna come down and finish off the rest of the Edomites. Go ahead and put them chains up on you, and you know, and then we gonna get it started.
That's right.
You know? So hopefully that lesson was edifying. Y'all brothers had any closing words? All right, Con. Yeah, hopefully that was edifying through spirit and power. Yeah, about Shema Shai. We're gonna end this broadcast by saying Shalom.
Shalom.